Hi everybody, I'm Tara from Crooked Row, and today we are going to start a new kind of test. We want to see what is going to bring us the most yield from winter harvests. And so we have already started some beds in our garden, which we'll have to kind of go over that later in the season of what we're going to be doing to do season extenders over there. But today we are in the greenhouse and right outside the greenhouse because we're starting two beds. That one is going to be on the outside, and we're going to do two 12-inch boxes. So it's going to be 24 inches high, sort of, because the second tier we're actually going to put in an angle, and it's going to, we're going to either put plexiglass or glass. We haven't decided yet, but it's going to have like a glass frame on it. This side of the greenhouse that's next to our sheep is south facing. So we are going to, it is very close to October. By the time this goes out, it will definitely be October. And we are going to start planting things that we eat a lot of. We eat tons of cilantro, lettuce, beets, and things like kale. We eat tons of kale. And we want to put things in this bed that we're definitely going to need through this winter, and that we are going to do a trial here to see. The one that the bed that we're putting in the greenhouse is just going to kind of be open in the greenhouse. And remember, our greenhouse is not heated. So what we're trying to see now is if essentially we're doing cold frames. And so if we're going to do cold frames, and really the greenhouse is not a real greenhouse until it's heated, so it's a cold frame. We're trying to see if an open cold frame in a greenhouse is the same or better than an actual cold frame. So I'm going to turn around, I'm going to turn the camera around so that you can see exactly what we're talking about. So these are the old black charred beds that were from over by like where we have planted strawberries and onions and stuff in these. They're about 3 or 4 years old. We thought they were rotted, but they're not. I mean, they look kind of rough, but so this is next to our greenhouse, as you can see. And so this is the first row that we're putting in, and we're not going to put dirt into here except for that hole that my son accidentally dug out. We're just going to pull all these weeds. I'm going to come in, and in a brand new bed you want to put in, or what we put in is azomite and triple phosphate from Espoma. And we start those beds with those nutrients and minerals. And then of course in the planting holes I always try to put biotone. So, but we're going to, so the first level is down. We're going to, as you see right here, Elijah has the other boards, although that one has rotted through, so we're gonna have to do something about that. But we're gonna put up a second level and then angle the sides so that we can create a lidded door like you see on most of these. Now, there are people who do just the kind of row covers, and they put like different plastics on it. We're also going to do that this year, but we're doing that in the salad bowl. So we're gonna see how long we're going to see what method works the best. So today is all about, I hope to get this outside bed at least mostly done. We might need some more materials. I know for a fact we need the lid. So, but we're going to start on this today, and we're starting on clearing out the greenhouse so that we can have that corner to go ahead and put a second bed in there. So let's get started. Okay, so as we were doing this bed, we realized that we're gonna have to go get some tools from Home Depot. We're gonna need I can't think of what it's called, but it's the flat, there's a flat metal piece that will attach the first and second level of the bed. We're gonna need that, and then we'll have to work on the sides and maybe some corner joiners that we're gonna go ahead and get them galvanized. And we have used wood joiners before, but we're not gonna worry about that. But let's go into the greenhouse and see the bed that they put in there. Okay, so now the bed is prepared, and it's actually kind of a lot nicer than I thought it was gonna be. I know that sounds awful, but when we had it set up last time, it was kind of so like crookedy that I was really worried about it. But Elijah's done a really great job. We just put in the lines. We have 8 rows that we're going to go ahead and fill. I'm doing different types of lettuce, endive. I'll throw some radish in one of the rows, but we don't need a whole thing of radishes. We're gonna do peas. I think it's called dual peas, and they're bush peas. I could do like a little trellis and do some sugar snap peas, but I've just decided not to do that because we didn't really get any normal shelling peas this year. So I want to try to get some of those through the winter. We'll see what happens, and make sure that we are flush full of lettuce and cilantro. We go through loads of cilantro here. We put cilantro in everything. We make a lot of Thai dishes, so cilantro is like a necessary ingredient for us. And so we got to make sure we have our salad greens and peas and cilantro. So I'm gonna go ahead and plant those. The peas I'm gonna plant at a later date because I like to soak the seed. So, but for right now, and by the way, it's 95 degrees in this greenhouse. So Elijah keeps stepping outside because he's about to die. He can't take it. Mommy can take it. So I'm gonna get this planted, and then we're gonna go outside and finish up that bed. So let's get started. So all along this first row, I'm gonna plant like radishes every few feet, and at the beginnings and the ends. And that just, people call it a row marker. I don't call it a row marker. I just like to, whatever. We like radishes. Now I'm gonna go with lettuce right here in the front. Third row is cilantro. Okay, so other than the peas that we're going to plant, this is planted. We planted 1, 2, 3, 4, I think 5 rows And we have 3 rows left that are open, and my peas will go in there once they sprout. So we're just gonna tap this down and water it in. Okay, Elijah and I are back out here at the outside little, right outside the greenhouse at our new, the greenhouse box outside. Because there's the greenhouse box inside, right? Anyway, we went ahead and filled the holes that were there. Not we, Elijah did. And now I'm gonna put in the azomite and the triple phosphate. I was going to go ahead and plant this up today. I'm going to do it another day. We're doing essentially the same things that we did on the inside, but we're running out of sunlight, so I've got to hurry up and get in and get dinner on so that we can feed everybody before sunset. So we are going to just spread the azomite and the triple phosphate since it's a new bed and call it a day. Okay, we finally finished. We got the azomite, the triple phosphate. I also wanted to let you know, if you saw us sprinkling something brown on everything, here, Leiji. That was, I don't know if you can see that, Land and Sea compost from Espoma. The reason why we're using that is because, I don't know if you can see this or not, but let me turn the camera around. Our compost pile is cooking right now. So we have completed that bed as far as, I mean, it could be planted in right now. I just have too much to do, so I'll do that another day. But the reason why we're using the compost from Espoma is because ours pretty much won't be ready now until spring. So we have been purchasing things from Espoma to kind of compensate for this extra planting we're going to be doing. So we have now the 3 beds that we always have had, but they're planted up and ready for fall. They're already up and growing. We have the bed in the greenhouse, and we now have the bed outside the greenhouse right behind me. And we're going to be doing, this is kind of like another test. We're the testing ground for everybody. And we'll see, because not everyone has a greenhouse, or not everyone is doing plantings in raised beds. And this bed is not a raised bed. It's an in-ground bed. There's a difference. And so if you look behind me, it's actually just sitting, like the wood is going a little below the ground, but that's just for insulation purposes. And I plan on taking, after we have the lid with the plexiglass and all that on it, I plan on taking some hay bales and putting around there just for some added wind protection. But really, if you look, I mean, the greenhouse is going to be the biggest protection ever, and this is south facing. So anyway, so this, I'm expecting this bed to thrive. I suspect that the one in the greenhouse will as well. We have wintered things in pots in the greenhouse, but this will be our first year that we are actually planting up an entire bed in the greenhouse. So, and remember, the greenhouse is not really a greenhouse because it's not heated. So really, it's just a very large cold frame. So we hopefully will get electric out here in the next year or so, and then that will change it to a greenhouse. But the whole point and purpose of this whole experiment is to see which thrives, and I'm really hoping they all do, because having veggies year-round, especially with all the insecurities and things that are happening with the economy, I'm really hoping that we can do this. So remember, if we can winterize all of our beds, anybody can. Thanks. Bye.